Hello guys, welcome everyone to today's edition of today's edition of free practice here on the GTR24 Sebring track. So we are live with some testing in the DPI, Cadillac DPI here around the bumpy roads of Sebring for the 12 hours of Sebring that is happening this weekend. So we desperately need to get some laps in, and since it is the first laps of us, the first 13 laps of us, I have decided to just go with the official server for the moment, trying to get a little bit of practice in the dry before we then will swap to the wet server to get our laps on the wet part of the circuit in, so that we are completely filled up with information about the car handling. Happily, we have a setup ready from Virtual Endurance Championship. Similar chassis, similar aero, different engine. But that means it is quite reliable information already anyway. Which means, despite I haven't raced 12 hours of 1,000 miles of Sebring on the Virtual Endurance Championship, I should still get quickly used to the setup and then have some goody lap timing doing. I know you guys are probably here for seeing the rain dance on the wet server, which is about to come #soon. Turbo pulling the car along the track. Thank you for having the watch. Hello Reuven, good evening. Thank you for joining, welcome. Doing good, doing great, thank you. What about you? Oh, F. Well, I parked it on the exit curb at least. Unlucky. So Jesper is leading the pack currently. Roughly half a second quicker, as we enjoy the GT3 traffic. Ooh. Don't brake on the exit. School a bit boring, but everything's fine. That's great. I can tell you, enjoy your school your school kid time. You will dearly miss it once you're off the school. You see not much laps done, like still need to find into the concrete rhythm. Where are the braking points? Where are the turning points? Where is the balance of the car? Stuff like this. Still a little bit in we are looking period. But I guess we're soon looking good. Andre, I knew it was going to come, but I have already announced, like, we're doing the first couple of laps here on the dry server. And then we're gonna jump onto the wet server for the testing reasons. Reggie, hello there. How you doing, man? You getting ready for your ACC stream on Traction GG? As we improve by some 2/10. Reuven, I wish you the best of luck, of course. May the racing fortune be with you. You had a quick go at rFactor 2 and you think it's awesome. That is awesome indeed that you think it's awesome, because it is awesome. And now we ban the word awesome from our language for the next 10 minutes. Yep, Andre, because the cars need to be adapted for the release candidate. But don't you worry, those cars will soon be all pulled up with a new technique and with a new system. So soon you'll be able to put higher than first. rFactor 2 events that we can do. Let me see. Not really, no. I can invite you to the content drop party that we're going to do next week. Not next week, the week after. F's sake, that was probably the last lap where I could have tried to go for a B1. Because now I think the tires are about to drop. And then traffic. The DPI has indeed a tire drop-off, but it's Sebring, you know. And Sebring means, for some reason, not being so heavy on the tires. Sometimes I don't quite understand it, because that place looks so rough and so heavy on the tires. But it's not. Yeah, Reggie, I think you can always obviously run races on the competition system. to get into a little bit of a groove. And then Formula Challenge is a good series, obviously, that you could run in. Beyond that, I need to see whether there is some special events coming up here or there. I quite doubt it at the minute, though. Setups are not mega important, but they are not unimportant as well, if you get what I mean. Like, there is quite a bit of a difference between a standard setup and an esports setup, but then on an esports setup a few clicks up and down is not like the end of the world if it's not. So, we're now reached a tire drop. And I'd say another 15 minutes. A bit more tire drop driving. And then we're gonna jump onto the wet server. Checking in with those wet laps. Bayern now with the lead. .217 in the 720S on ACC or on RF2? Copy, copy. Almost hit in the 217, so 218, effectively. Yeah, well, I guess you're lacking roughly 3 or 4 seconds. There is a 720S indeed. So I think we're just emptying the tank, so 10 more laps, then gonna go for a quick pit stop, changing tires. Trying to annoy Yane a bit. And then promise we're gonna go onto the wet server. I think still, like, you know, if I would have raced the Virtual Endurance Championship 1000 miles of Sebring, I'd probably already be on the wet. But due to Corona, I missed that race, as you may know. And then, guys, we have some news to share that we will find out roughly 9:30 PM Central European Summer Time. Car feels really solid though. The guys have done a mega job with the setup on the Virtual Endurance Championship 1000 miles. I know that usually, you know, you jump into this car and you're like off, you're bouncing, you're sliding, you're like a complete nightmare everything. But this car feels pretty mature to drive in that aspect, like surprisingly. Got a little bit of a real slidey. Thank you, Reggie, for tuning in. Gonna love talking to you regarding the rFactor 2. Your rFactor 2 thoughts. So looking forward to see how you get along with it. Michi! It is a bit rear slidey. And I know exactly if I now tell the guys, the car is a bit too much oversteery, they'll be like, Mitch, the car's fine, you drive it wrong. Because they've done a full 1000 miles of Sebring race on it. And they didn't die. So they will pretend the setup is goody. And it probably is. Me, that's probably not goody at the moment. And this is where I'm lacking just a little bit more routine, hence why I go another few laps more in the dry. Usually I would have loved to have those dry laps achieved earlier on this evening, but you know, plans are there to get them overturned. So I had to go for the extra mile in the job today, and that brought me home obviously an hour late. Because extra hour in the job, you know. And well, had to cook the dinner for me and the missus, and suddenly it was 8 PM, so I even shifted the stream by 15 minutes. But here we are now. Also, I expected a bit of rain in that server anyway, so I thought eventually we could stay here and have the rain, but we can't. So I'm very interested to see whether those tires are now coming back eventually. As you know, as soon as the car becomes light, the tires can become mighty quack again. Oh, someone did. Yeah, the guys have put a great car, drivability wise, here onto the grid. And of course I say that and then I nearly die. The car is just a classic forklift. Like, it rotates so much with the rear. It's biblical. It was a good turn one. I completely missed 5. Little bit of snap oversteer into the braking zone, but we're somehow on PB. Well, no, we're identical in the sector 1. 0-0-0 on our own. This is what I meant, by the way, so the tires are now coming up a little bit back alive as the fuel goes out of the car. And I'm pretty sure you guys will appreciate the struggle around the wet track. Oh, no slidey. So I'm gonna shorten this process now, like gonna see whether there is some fast laps possible with the current condition. If not, I'm gonna quickly box, try to annoy Yanni once. And then we're gonna go onto the wet patch, because the wet driving is pretty much required. Like, we need to know how it is. Maybe I even put raindrops on just for you guys, so that we get the full immersive feeling. It so intimidates when there is a car exiting pits. Don't die. You'll be mad about me, I'm sorry. So, 3 more laps to go. I'm gonna box. HX, yes I am. Well, about to end it. Got some odd 10 liters of fuel left. But we're gonna come in for pits, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a push lap to annoy our friend. I see Jerne is now annoying us first by going half a second more quack. But I guess the track is still developing. Bunch of people now here. So, box, Sebastian, box. Not the best way to go into the pits, really. Nah, tires are not that. Like, they're in their normal life circle, or circle of life. A bit used, but not that. Tires are not actually that punished around here at the minute. So it's going to be difficult to have a clear window. Zazukisino, thank you very much indeed for your subscription here on the YouTube channel. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. And if you guys want to support the stream, make sure to do it like Suzuki. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow up on Twitch. Edond, hello and welcome. Thank you for your time. I forgot to load the other cars. That looked like a bonk. So, 2 or 3 more laps, then we're gonna jump on to the wet server. Because I really want to get the wet laps, and we're expecting rain during the 12 hours of Sebring. Happily, at the Nürburgring and the Virtual Endurance Championship, we had a little bit of rain and drying up driving, which was nice. the traffic. And now F with the lap. And the good news is the next lap could be a bit traffic-wise better. So we cool down in the third sector a bit, and then we're gonna go at it again. Oops. Went a bit wide there, eh? So bad. So then let's tot up. 3.5 tenths missing right here. And yet we're still 80 thousandths off. Thank you, Jonas. Mistake. More mistakes. As we go clean air, I'm gonna keep pushing it. And then we're gonna jump onto the wet server, as promised. F. Complete horrendous lap. Like, extraordinary bad. Copy, we shall go onto the wet server, the god says. Then we're gonna do it. So, oh yeah, just jumping off. And as I said, I'm gonna turn the raindrops on. So you get the full immersion. Halsmaul. Only that server available right now. Okay, copy. Offline laps it is. Scripted. And we're gonna put it rain, heavy drizzle, heavy rain, heavy rain, heavy rain, and 3 seconds. Heavy. Hello, Jasper. And then we're joining our own server. What a tragedy. And then you guys finally get the chunk of wet driving that the stream is suggesting. Halsmaul. I forgot to set stuff. Of course, you can't put the railroad onto static, because if you put it on static, then exactly that is going to happen. You just have no rain whatsoever. Jasper, I'm not repairing it, I guess. I should, but currently I can't be asked. Maybe if I get a little bit more spare time, which is not going to look like being the case in the next couple of days and weeks. Let's see, I need to think about that, to be fair. So we are just waiting for the railroad to get wet. We load. We put rain tires. So I think session start weekend, yes. Bear with me real quick. Okay, should be good now. Niels, it's broke. So let's see what is the lap times with this car around here. I think, if I remember correctly, last time in Sebring it was like 2 minutes 10. I think it's uniform wetness on this railroad right now. So pedals are forming a bit. Puddles. Oh, but the car is just slidey on the rear. I could try not to slide it, but the car slides regardless. Oh no. God, there's nothing. Oh my god. Turn! Wow, it simply doesn't want to. How slow you need to go into those turns. It is like, this car, I've said this a couple of times, this car really benefits from strong exits. When you got blistering exits, it carries so much speed and momentum onto the straights. So if you're going just a bit too quick into the turn in those conditions, you're just gonna have that shit exit. No, 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 no. It is so painful when you're just watching it, but it can't do anything. Like you feel that the spin is about to come, but you can't prevent it. Too quick. Try again. Well, the wet racing line isn't particularly slow, is it? So 2:06 is the lap time, presumably. Fuck's sake, echt, man. It's incredibly annoying. Later. Bonk. Yes, I do recommend my monitor. I don't recommend my driving though. Depends what you consider a save, but I mean, yeah, I didn't crash into the wall, I didn't lose complete control. Well, what is the size of that single monitor and how far it is away from you? Oh. Shit. Hey. And that's the racing that I'm gonna face, huh? I'd probably try to upgrade the wheel first. Remember that this ultra wide screen, like, you know, if you're using a computer for both officing and gaming, then the ultra wide might not be the best shot. I only... Fuck's sake. I only went for the ultra wide because this is a racing only screen, you know. What is that turn one? Das kannst du komplett vergessen, Alter. I have a complete feeling that this car is just swimming. Just think I locked up the front completely. Like, I that now. Can't be. Those tires got so no grip. Like, no grip. Turning on the wheel, nothing happens. Willst du mich verarschen, oder was? Yeah, I flat spotted these tires. But they don't turn regardless. Just like the way you see this steering wheel shaking literally says it all. Hey Suf, I seen one picture so far, and I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what kind of specifications are changed. So the technical side I have not done any research on. But I gotta say, those Gen 3 cars, they look a bit weird. Like this double front wing flap whatever thing. And then this kinda arrow form of the entire chassis. It just looks... It reminds me one of those camouflage fighter jets from the US. If that makes sense. ist nicht zu machen. I don't know how often I break myself in Sunset, but I need to watch back the stream of David and Jenny, how they drove around here. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but the car, it doesn't turn. Like, we're taking turn 150 kph, it's too quick. It'd probably be quicker around here in the pit limit at some point. Later, broke for the back end hairpin. I tricked you all, including myself. I would only go for a DD wheel if you have a rig. You just got a table, I will not recommend the DD. You won't have fun with it. In fact, it might break something. Yep, I smashed the WeatherTech sign. Anyway guys, 9 more minutes and we have amazing news coming up on the Burst Esports social media page. Could already be live. Can't remember whether it was 9 or 9:30. Claudio maybe knows. So now stop the bullshit and drive. Perfect, so 10 more minutes till amazing news. Exactly 21:30 Uhr. Halt's Maul and turn. That No. And that is even more no, like the AI is completely smashing these tires. I agree. I don't like the Gen 3 car either. But then I haven't liked Formula 1 cars too, and then like you just get used to it if you're not seeing something else. Yeah. Hurricane. The car feels like it drives in a Hurricane as well. Wind is pushing me off. Nothing I can do. I hate the rear wings of the F1 cars. It just looks ugly. Asymmetric AF. I know some people find it futuristic and whatever, but nah. So, rain has stopped. We now have a little bit of chance to create a dry line. If we stay on the track, of course. Three wide in the Formula 3s. Copy. Sounds like fun. Oh, wow. Four-wheel rally aquaplaning. Just... What I don't get is like, they have made the cars heavier. How shall that assist the safety? It just takes even longer to slow it down if it's dying. Especially on a wet patch. Well, I heard Audi and Porsche are interested in joining F1. Haven't been the 2008 cars been the one with so much aero stuff on it? So who said rain is pain? I signed that. This is quite monka. You need to hope that there are no Massa fans. I wasn't never a particular Timo Glock fan, but I love the guy lately. Like he has a great personality, he has a lot of wisdom, and I like the way he's on German TV now. Actually, I've met him and was talking to him during the BMW Sim Live 2019, and he's such a grounded guy. It's just great to see. Such a fun dude. So whilst I was not a Glock fan back then, I am now massively. Hands down. Okay, can we now just do one fucking lap? Just one fucking lap. Oh, Rodrigo, unlucky. No, we can't. Wirf alles, Alter. I'm very annoyed. Anyway, I think it's time for us to check out some news. We want to check out some news? I'm sure we want to check out some news. Let me see if we're gonna check out some news, and there, of course, we're gonna check out some news. So, guys, I'm very, very, very happy and delighted to be able to announce you that we are on a new chapter out here at Burst Esport, as we are joining a partnership together with Next2 Consulting, a company from the Netherlands, also with a post in Germany, in Frankfurt, if I'm not mistaken. And well, I'm just gonna try to get the window just as grey. I'm just gonna quickly do a readout. There's a new chapter for us here at Burst Esport with the partnership in sim racing, as we're super excited, of course, to announce that our Salesforce partner, Next2 Consulting and Burst Esport, are joining forces to open a new chapter in sim racing and partnership. So, why is this so important to us? Of course, getting a new sponsor on board is always great, but this is just sponsorship. This is also a partnership. That means we are going to collaborate with each other. And most importantly, or well, not most importantly, but coincidentally, like Nextview is one of the exclusive Salesforce operation partners. And as you know, Salesforce has just joined F1, and Salesforce are pushing to get into the sim racing market. So everyone that is able to count one and one together knows how important and how much of a big deal this new partnership is for both Next2 and Salesforce, but also for us Burst Esport guys. So we're very, very happy to have the next few guys on board. I'm not going to spoil the party. We will have some future collaboration going on in the near future, and you guys will be pretty on about that. So you will see more and more news about this new partnership between Nextview and Burst coming up, a scene coming up in the next couple of weeks, and of course we're gonna have a little bit different look on the cars lately, or not lately but shortly, as the Nextview logos will be placed on them. So that is the news. That is very, very great news. I have met the guys in Denmark, super humble boys. We had a great time out there, and they really they just flew out on a Friday morning on a very, very short notice, and everything just went so quick. But it is just so great to see, as this is a big signal towards the sim racing industry also, that companies are not just entering F1 with a logo on it, but also their business partners are looking for racing all over the place. So it's not just F1, it's also the sim racing world, and I mean, this is just another step into making Burst Esport even greater than it is at the moment. So really looking forward to have a collaboration going on with the next few guys. Anyway, back to the pain. I hope that this has refreshed my mindset a little bit in that one lap, talking about something else. That I'm now finally able to focus a little bit on the damn job, because if it rains like this tomorrow, if it rains like this on Saturday, I'm gonna need to be able to drive the car quick and safe. So I better get this started now. Yes, Steven, I hear ya. Yeah, we are all very delighted here at Burst Esport about that deal. It's something that really gives us big smiles on the faces the last couple of days. So finally we're not sliding around in every goddamn corner. So I see the team is already in some analyzers. Also, what I want to mention is this deal is just something very short-term handed. It is something that goes on for a longer period than just a year. Safe to say. Now we're looking to be able to pull both businesses up. We try to help their business, they try to help our business, and hopefully this will be a very beneficial collaboration for a very long time. Anyway, so it feels like complete luck has been pulled, or some other switch has been turned around. Somehow I'm purple without dying too much. Yes, Brosy, you should use a calculator. You should use that always. And then it makes total sense. So what did I say like half an hour ago when we started the wet driving? In this car you really need to be slow in, fast out. And I kinda have forgotten about that in the last 30 minutes. now I'm doing it. Now look. I guess there is some spots where a wet line would make more sense, especially like here, sunset and turn 1 and maybe the hairpin. But when watching F1 and it's wet, I still see people being in the corners around or on the racing line. Not really wide of it, at least. So as it now stopped raining, it should dry up lap by lap, which means we should go faster and faster every now and then. Yeah, with many cars it should have a little bit more of a dry racing line, that's for sure. But you never know actually. The rain intensity was just 20%. Yes, of course I was all alone out on track, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I hate that too. But Steven, I think in the release candidates, or in like there is an update obviously coming to rFactor 2. Obviously there's a release candidate out already. And I think I've read something about improvements to the wet driving there. So that should be interesting. I think at the very latest with a content drop. I mean, you can already try out the release candidate. It is kind of public. It's not a beta version actually of the game, but like you can opt in into a release candidate, which features a couple of new features, and you can play around there with the settings. And I felt that driving in the wet and rain looked a bit different than before. No. It was getting better, apart from dancing too much here on the outside. Hello, Gaskopper. Welcome. Oh. Shit. I think you can update a server with a command to take the release candidate build, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't done it. It's pointless for us because all the championships are running on the official main game, not on the release candidate. It's incredible. You do 3, 4, 5 laps over the same kind of track paths, and immediately you improve it half a second. I'm actually going way more aggressive than a few laps ago, but wherever I come in out of the turns, I'm just more quick. Ah, you mean about the about the how-to tutorial? Actually, Steven, I would appreciate if you quickly check something out for me. There was an option on my Google Analytics, not Google, on my YouTube Analytics, whereas it was, you know, there is the super chat in the chat where you like can put out a message together with a donation, and then it's highlighted. And today I read something about a super comment or something, or a super, what was it called? Super, I don't know what, but long story short, I would appreciate if you, and really just checking, if you could go back onto that tutorial video and see whether if you put in down a comment whether there is now some option of doing, like, I don't know, a super comment or a super, what's it called, super sticker, super talk. I think super talk it's called. And whether you can put down like a donation based comment or something. Obviously don't put a donation if you're not feeling like it 100%, but I would appreciate if someone would check out to see whether that option somehow now exists, because it's a new feature or whatever. And I don't know whether I'm seeing the same stuff than you guys are seeing on my own comment or on my own videos with the comments. Now this lap is complete bullshit after the other one was good. Also da ist jetzt eine Option, dass du einen Paid Comment drunter setzen kannst. Okay. Das ist interessant. Okay. Ich danke dir. Interesting to know. So we're coming up for the next lap. I'm starting to feel a bit better now, a bit more consistent overall. So if you guys appreciate the content, if you guys appreciate the struggle, super thanks it's called. Copy. Interesting. Thank you so much. And if you guys are interested in more of this content, interested in more of the wet driving with the DPI around Sebring, then make sure you follow on Twitch, make sure you subscribe the YouTube channel if not done yet, because we're going to have this drama tomorrow and on Saturday for the 12 hours of Sebring on the GTR24 series. Now despite this other lap that I just did was so bad, look at this now. We were 2/10 down till we got to this turn 6, but now the straight lines exit should propel us back into the minus, which it does. Not go on the grass. Steven, I could have done so if I've put the railroad multiplier up. I've just put it to normal. But in all fairness, it should just take me another 5 or 6 laps till there is a more drying line. Ay. Yeah, I mean, you have to stay all the way on the racing line. Again, smooth as fast, as we can see right here. Three tenths up. too much of a slide. Even though the exit here looks good. Yeah, I tend to overdrive the cars too, which is very bad in the rain, as we've seen for the last 45 minutes. But now you see, like, there is so much more grip. It's insane. 1.5 seconds just after a few more laps. Give me 3 or 4 more laps and we're gonna be in the 2 minutes, in the sub 2 minutes area. Obviously, if you overdo it, then not, but fair. Too quick. And here on the outside of the driving line, you're in the wet patch. Beautiful turn 13. New PP incoming if we don't F up. But we F up, of course. But we don't F into the barrier. Okay, I need to quickly check a message. Bear with me. Ba 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 ba, bear with me. Ba 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 ba, bear with me. Copy. 15 more minutes. Then Papa Michi will leave. Okay, we're gonna do a sub 2 minutes. That is the target for the remaining 15 minutes. Very grande exit. So 203 coming in. Even despite that mistake. Meanwhile, we're coming back to the other fuel. Nearly a second move. 2037. Oh, this is a brilliant turn one. Nearly makes me go into hot into 3. Four-tenth up. Yeah, you just feel the racing line now. And as long as you stay on it, unlike here, slightly slipped off. Immediately losing the momentum. The server should be fine. Really never seen a lot of server issues lately. Halt's Maul, wirklich. Yeah, but 2 weeks ago there was a lot of DDoSing going on. Of course, not saying that this could not happen again, but I really don't expect it. So, 2033. I think this is about the race condition. That's probably how it feels. So don't slip over the racing line now. I did. Well, slipped anyway. So much time. Yeah, that happens quite fast and quite quickly, doesn't it? Six-tenth to a 7-7. too wide. Well, you can try it offline how it works with the real road scale, I guess, in the release candidate. Wow, 2/10 here alone. So while this was a F lap again, let's do a better one. Yeah, Sandro, it is a nice sound, isn't it? You really hear the turbo yelling. Wow, nearly half a second up. Yeah, absolutely. F. Yeah, I need to quickly. Two or three more laps, then I have achieved what I want. Too much slidiness. Okay, I need to check again. There is some stuff going on right now, so copy. You have time. Where to brake? Wow, I was so late on the brake. Scheiße. We are boxing, box, Sebastian, box. We're out of fuel. And 80 pit speed. Pit limiter on. We're waiting. Nog een stuk, nog een stuk, nog een stuk, nog een stuk. Yes, engine dead. Nog een stuk, nog een stuk. Come on. Nog een stuk. Nog een stuk. And perfect. Ignition on. Engine's back. Let's go. Don't do that on Saturday, Michi. So much in the flow. Unlucky. So we're gonna put first a bit of clutch. And a bit of throttle. Amazing. What? Did I touch the safety car? I did not. I mean, obviously now we got fresh tires. Will that be a performance boost? We are looking. Yeah. Do a little bit of work. Try to find the positives of the day. Try to find the positives of the session that you did. Have a good sleep. And come back at it another day. Like the day after. And get on it with a fresh mindset. Yeah, but sometimes you just run into a personal barrier on a day, so then it's important, of course, that you just not give up. But if you feel like you just can't improve, then just take it, just accept it, and keep trying to push it. But if it doesn't work, then don't lose your head. Just say, okay, tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow is going to be better. Yeah, sometimes you just forget about some basics when driving, and it's not working how you want it to be. And then you of course need to kinda put a reset button into your head. Some people have it, some don't. It's a difficult thing. Has a lot to do with the mental aspects. If it's for a few weeks time already, then probably I advise having a step back, doing something completely different, and especially not feel about it. Sim racing is a lot of stuff going on in the head. I think you're over trying in that regard, so take it easy, take a step back to go 2 steps forwards. Basically what I did in this session here too. I was pushing it too hard, and I was saying, okay, we're gonna need to stop pushing, we're gonna just take it a step down, and well, here we go. So 2 more laps actually, I think, and then we should well be in the sub 2 minutes. I mean, this is more to do now with a fresh set of tires, I assume, as well. You're welcome, Steven. There is so much more grip, it's actually ridiculous. Also, I think the puddles are gone. But don't do this. I haven't turned a single lap yet. And I will probably not before Tuesday or so. Bonk. Oof. This was such a bad lap. Yeah, that was an improvement. Yeah, I feel like pushing it like crazy already. Again. Yeah, this lap we're gonna get it. The sub 2 minute is coming in this lap. Just need to bring it home. No bigger mistakes. Then it's easy, sub 2 minutes. Well, too big of a mistake. Anyway, this was a good practice. I feel a lot better prepared, especially for tomorrow. in qualifying, especially when it's wet, you know, in qualifying. Then it is all about just having tires on, having some fuel on, and just laps. Of course, not endlessly, but at least fuel for 6 or 7, 8 laps, something like that. That is when it rains, of course. Fill it, King. We're on the heavyweights. The only useful tire in this circumstance now. Yeah, the DPI has inters. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it sub 2 minutes and try the inters. And see how they handle. Here we come. Let's go. Be happy. The car is not fun to drive in the wet at all. Well, it is, unless it's completely soaked wet. Too hot. Hey Phoenix Racing, how you doing? Itchy, like, it's just 3/10. Sorry, need to quickly check again. Lorenzo, hello. Welcome. Gavin Trimmer, hello. I don't think that the DLC for this game is expensive. It's way cheaper than iRacing. But yeah, buy it in sale. And there's at least 3 or 4 sales a year. Come on now. Like next lap you're gonna put the sub minutes too. Let's go. Oh no. I'll try to make it look good, but if I'm sure Yerney is watching and shaking his head. No, we take these tires. We need to be able to put it with these tires. And then we put Inters and see what happens. Well, Phoenix Racing, see it positive. You're only gonna spend the 40 euros once on it. And not having to pay a subscription fee or whatever. So guys, again, if you are new to the channel, if you, well, appreciate the slippery driving that we're doing, then please follow up on Twitch, Bonk. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Focus now for the lap. Let's push Michi. Too far away from that apex. Oh, Michi, what are you doing? Even those 410s could be gathered again. Ironically. I lost my brake marker here. This lap I'm gonna do it, promise. Like, why do I now hit that stupid barrier at the 2 minutes intersection? Oof. What an approach. Okay, fuck it. Just gonna take the Indus regardless now. Ooh. They feel bad. I think it's still way too wet for the Indus. Oh yeah, there is like, oh. So, that was a cut! Of course! Yeah, needless to say that the Indus is quite the wrong tire. Anyway guys, we're gonna call it a day now. Just gonna go back to pit road with these tires. Because, yeah. We're going anywhere but nowhere. Hello. With those intercepts. Complete crap. So guys, tune in tomorrow 7 PM Central European Summer Time when we will be live with qualifying for the 12 hours of Sebring. David Mrozek's gonna take qualifying 1, which goes from 7 to 9, where we have the exclusive onboard ready for you guys, and I take over the car from 21:30 till 23:30 Central European Summer Time, so prime time sim racing on board with us in Q2 then, around Sebring in the night, potentially with rain. Looking at this, I quite hope not, because to be honest, the car's difficult to drive already in the daylight with this. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. I thank you very much for the time and hope to see you guys back tomorrow. As we are understeering into the barrier, nothing that we can do, bonk. Anyway, coming to an end. Oh. Bonk. Hey, we're in pit road. Indus was such a bad call. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it for this one. That's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you're gonna enjoy it. The night. Hope you're gonna enjoy the weekend. The stream will redivert you to tomorrow's practice, to tomorrow's qualifying session, and then of course Saturday the race. 2 PM green flag will be shown on Saturday for the 12 hours of Sebring, and Sunday then 20:30 Central European Summertime we will be live with the Formula Sim Racing French Grand Prix around Le Mans. That is not really what I want to drive, but oh well, it is what it is. We need it. Guys, thank you for your time. Have a good one, everyone, and see you tomorrow there for the qualifying for the 12 hours. Thank you for your time. See you. Bye-bye.